What's up, you guys? Welcome to Film Vet, where we sort out the art of movies. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to do that the whole time. My name is Rylan. Welcome to another video here on Film Vet. And if you haven't guessed already, today's review is going to be of the Lego Batman movie. I'm going to go ahead and take these off. So if you didn't know, this movie is a follow-up to the Lego movie from 2014, which was incredibly successful. Not only was it great for kids, but it also turned out to be a very well-written and enjoyable movie for adults as well. That being said, it made more than enough money to greenlight a spin-off of one of its most popular characters, which was Lego Batman, voiced by Will Arnett. So without giving away any spoilers, this movie actually does kind of play off of a Batman storyline in that we all know Batman loses his parents when he is young, but this movie wants to explore in kind of a fun way, what does it mean for him to be grown up now, been Batman for a while, and maybe consider the idea of starting a new family? So that in and of itself is an interesting idea, and because I, surprisingly, enjoyed the first movie so much, I had a lot riding on this one. I had a lot of expectations going into the theater, and I can honestly say that the Lego Batman movie is just as much fun as its predecessor. There's a lot of really cool stuff that can be talked about with this, so let's get into it. Namely, I want to highlight that what I think this one has above the Lego movie is the cinematography. It still plays off of the stop-motion 3D animation that the first one had, but the colors in this movie are so creative. It really balances this idea of having real bright colors because they're Legos, but also playing off of it being Batman and Gotham City having kind of the subdued colors. It has a good mix of both, and it actually comes together quite nicely. Another great thing about the film is the voice acting. Along with Will Arnett returning to the role of Batman, we also have a whole slew of other celebrity voice actors in this that do a great job. Ralph Fiennes, Michael Cera, Zach Galifianakis, almost everyone they picked in the movie did a great job, although I have a slight note about one of them in particular, but I'll get to that later. Just like the original Lego movie, this one is not afraid to poke fun at the source material of Batman and also other things in pop culture that the audience might find funny. However, as much as I liked most of the humor in this movie, the one thing that I would say the original Lego movie has over this is that the humor was more balanced. This one throws so many jokes at you with every single line of dialogue that sometimes you're not really quite sure when to laugh because you're so overwhelmed by the jokes and references. Again, not to say that it wasn't a very funny movie, and not even to say that it wasn't well written, but just that the jokes could have been dialed down a little bit more like the original, and those jokes would have hit harder. So while I did really enjoy the story, and I would even say that the emotional beats of this movie are just as strong as the original, I still think that the humor could have been handled better. The only other thing about this movie that I wasn't crazy about was Zach Galifianakis' portrayal of the Joker. While he definitely did a good job as far as playing off of Batman and their conflict was really fleshed out in the story, I just didn't think that he seemed like the Joker at all, to be honest. I think that while Will Arnett really embraced the Batman voice and, you know, that kind of gravelly thing that Batman has and did it well, Zach Galifianakis just sort of sounded like Zach Galifianakis reading the lines. It didn't sound like the Joker. He only laughs like one or two times, and it just wasn't very zany or maniacal or anything like that. And when you're in a movie like the Lego movie that is supposed to be, you know, over the top, you would expect that Joker performance to come through maybe even stronger and more crazy, but it seemed just a little too died down and a little too underdeveloped for me personally. Aside from going a little overboard on the humor and one vocal performance that wasn't spot on, the rest of this movie is great. It's a really great movie for kids, and just like the first one, the story and the emotion behind the movie is really gripping no matter who you are. If you found yourself getting at all emotional in the first movie, you definitely will in this one. And if you found yourself just having a blast with the first one, then again, this one's going to be right up your alley. So all of that being said, I'm going to give Lego Batman an 8.5 on the rating scale. I would have personally given the Lego movie a 9, so it seems only right to bring this one down just a little bit because I loved it, I thought it was great, just not quite as good as the first one. Still though, very much worth your time. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching. We have some other awesome stuff coming your way. A review of John Wick Chapter 2, another late night hate watch, this time of M. Night Shyamalan's Catastrophe, The Last Airbender. And most excitedly, we've been teasing this for a while, we're going to have quite a nerdy video coming out in the next few weeks, and I'm going to go ahead and tell you what it is. We are doing a new segment called Up for Debate, and our very first topic of debate among the film vets is going to be the Star Wars films. We've been super excited about this, developing it for a while, and we hope to have it out probably by the end of February, if not the very beginning of March, when we release our review of Logan. Okay guys, you are awesome. Thank you for watching Film Vet. Be sure to like, subscribe, and tell us in the comments what you thought about this film. Did you agree with what we said, or did you think that this was the best Lego movie you've seen yet? Either way, let us know, and you guys have a great week.